Welcome back to onestoptutorials.com. My name's Ali Baba and here we are once again. Okay, in this video tutorial we're going to be going over the gradient tool. This comes out with some nice effects, this gradient tool. So just simply go to your tools palette here on the left. If you can't see it, just left click on the paint bucket and you should see the gradient tool there. It's the first one. Okay, and what we want to do is we want to open up a file, new document. Can be any size you want, 500, yep, that's fine for me. Just going to simply drag that out and make it bigger. Okay, so what we have once we've selected the gradient tool is we got some options up here. Okay, we've got linear, radial, angle, reflection and diamond. Okay, so we're going to start with the linear, and the way this works is this is going to take from the foreground to the background color. So you simply left click, drag and then let go. And as you can see, it started with the foreground color and it ended up with the background color, and the two colors mixed together will obviously make the gray. Okay, so we can just click and drag and it always starts with the foreground and then the background. Okay, the next one is the radial, and this one offers the effect of that sort of whole sort of in space sort of look. Okay, again it starts with the foreground and it works its way out to the background. The next one is the angle one, and this offers this weird sort of 3D sort of look, and the way this one works, it starts with the black and it goes clockwise all the way over to the white. So wherever we click, black, clockwise over to the white. The next one we do is the reflection, and we simply click up, and what this is doing is it's taking a reflection from the top half and reflecting it into the bottom half. Now while we're on it, a little trick you can do while dragging up, as you notice you can move it left, right, anywhere. If you hold down shift, it straightens it up and it makes an exact straight line. So hold shift and it straightens it up. The next one is the diamond, and it's very similar. You start in the middle, work your way to the corner, and you have that zoom into the tunnel sort of look. Really beautiful one, this one. You can do some nice tricks with this one. So that's the basic ones, the linear, radial, angle, reflection and diamond. What you also have here is you have this little box here. Okay, now if you click on the arrow, it just brings the box up here. If you actually click on the box, it opens it up in a separate window, the gradient editor. And what we got here is we got some presets. We got the foreground and background color, we got the foreground to transparent color, and then we got the other colors, black, white, red, green, the colors that you make up. Now to load new colors into this actual preset, there's a little arrow pointing right here. Simply click that and you can load up from other ones. You just simply choose the one you want, hit append, and it will be added into your panel. What you can also do here is you can make these thumbnails larger. You can make them small lists, so there's a little picture of it and then it has the writing, and then a large list with the bigger thumb and then the writing next to it. I quite prefer a small thumb, I can see them all. Okay, now what we have here is this is how the gradient works. At the moment, if we select the foreground or background, we have background one side and then we have the white the other side. Now we can quite easily change these. All we need to do is click on the bottom one, go in, change to a color that we want, and then we could do the same again on the right one, click on it and go to a color and change it. Okay, and then these sliders can move, so you can decide to have more red and less blue, or you can have more blue, less red, and the one in the middle is it offers it, smooths it out a bit, so the contrast color. So if we had, so I can just show you black and we had white, you'll notice that this is smoothing it out between the black and white, so there's less black, more gray, then a little bit of white, instead of more black, a little bit of gray and a real little bit of white. So you're just paneling in between. The top ones, these ones are the transparency. Okay, so you can click on these and then you can just change the opacity. You could have less opacity leading into the white, or you could click on this one and do the same on the other side, so transparency into black. and the middle one is just the go-between. It's like the gopher, I call it, in between. Okay, now let's say you had it like this, you had black, white, and then you wanted black again. Well, very simply, just simply click and it will open up another little box, and again from that box you can go to the color and you can add any color you want and move them between. Use the gopher, so you got less white, blend it into more of a blue, and then you can just add another one. The way to get rid of them is simply click on them and drag off. Click, drag off, and that will move them off. So now let's say we're happy with this. We like the black to the turquoise to the blue, and we're happy and we want to save this. Well, what you do is in under name where it says custom, put in the name. We're going to call this we'll just call this Alibaba, and then all you would have to do is click new, and you would see it automatically comes up in your presets here. So you can use that anytime. You can save it and it's just kept for you. You could also save it out to your computer and do it that way as well. Right, what we want to have a look at now quickly is this one here, this noise one. Now this is real fun. The way this works is you got a roughness gauge here where you can add more retro loud colors to it, or you could make it more smooth and blend the colors in depending on which way you go. And then you have a choice of RGB, HSB, or LAB. I quite use the RGB. And then this tool here, this is really worth talking about. You simply, to randomize the colors, so there's no set colors, just simply click on it and it will go through and it will make colors for you, and then you can choose I like that one, custom it, name it, and then new it to your presets. And you can also restrict the colors, so you can bring the colors down. So we only want a little bit of red, we want a lot of green, and we want a tiny bit of blue, and when you randomize it, it just goes through those colors and it will offer a real funky look. So if we decide we wanted that, we click OK, and then when we drag, it offers that real funky look to it. I mean, look at the colors flicking in between. Looks like a pyramid from a top view. It's just really beautiful stuff. So that's how you use the gradient. One thing I forgot to show you in the beginning was, let me just go back to foreground, background, make things a lot easier. As I said before, it starts with the foreground, goes to the background. Well, if you click this little box here, if you tick this little box, it does the reverse. So it will go background and then it will go to foreground. Okay, so I just thought I'd mention that. And this is the opacity, and then you have your modes like you normally do, which you can play around with and get a better looks. So that's the gradient tool. It's just a rough overlook on how to use it. Please subscribe to my YouTube or leave your comments below. I think the next one we're going to be doing is this one here, the blur, sharpen and smudge tool, sorry. Another great powerful tool in Adobe Photoshop. I shall see you there. Take it easy, guys and girls.